Plantation Harvest by the self-taught African-American artist Clementine Hunter visualizes activities of daily labor on the Louisiana plantation where she lived. Hunter was a visual storyteller, and to narrate the life of her community, she employed a sophisticated compositional structure. Plantation Harvest also evidences a nuanced application of form, material, and color. Hunter's visual method developed out of a sense of purpose, of recording her memories. However, before attempting to read Hunter's painting, we need to address some misconceptions that we might bring to her visual language. Because Plantation Harvest is a representational and narrative image, we might expect it to employ a pictorial method of depicting space. By pictorial space, I mean a method of creating an illusion of a three-dimensional world on a two-dimensional surface. Hunter's art departs from this tradition in three specific ways. First, Plantation Harvest does not employ perspective to create the illusion of pictorial space. Second, Hunter's composition was not designed to be read in any single direction. And third, her painting has multiple points of focus. Nevertheless, although Plantation Harvest is not in any way pictorial, its composition is very carefully organized. To successfully read Plantation Harvest, we should pay attention to how Hunter's compositional design evolved out of her practice as a quilt maker. In fact, Hunter had been a talented quilt maker even before she began her practice of painting. Hunter's quilts visualize the spiritual vitality that she found living and laboring on the Melrose plantation. Through her creative practice of quilting, Hunter developed an aesthetic method characterized by balance, repetition, variation, and color contrast. All of these elements of design are also evidenced in Hunter's paintings. The quilt-influenced aesthetic in Plantation Harvest is characterized by a rhythmic repetition of forms. Sometimes this repetition is enhanced by a slight variation. Look, for example, in the lower left at the two women picking cotton. And sometimes this design is based in symmetry, such as these men stacking bales of cotton. Throughout this series, Hunter is described as a self-taught artist. This recognizes that she achieved her success without having any formal training as a painter. However, we would be mistaken to overlook the significance of her creative experience in the art of quilt making. Her quilts and her paintings are part of an aesthetic tradition that has been passed from generation to generation of creative African-American women. Hunter employed a visual method that was nuanced, consistent, and purposeful. Based on a quilting model, her artistic practice, her compositional structure, her organization of form, and her construction of narrative all proceeded from a self-awareness of purpose. Hunter's endeavor to memorialize her community found expression in her visual method